Well, you first met a man named Bob Barron when he appeared in our special on the CIA. He's the agency's former master of disguise who captured our attention with his groundbreaking work helping disfigured people. Here he was, and we want to warn you, though, the video you're about to see is very graphic. But the transformation is miraculous. This is a woman whose nose he had replaced. And now Bob Barron is at it again. This time he's helping young Paolo Barecchia, a child born 12 years ago with a daunting range of health issues. As senior national correspondent Claire Shipman reports, the CIA master of disguise is helping one tough little kid come out into the open.
There's not much that 12-year-old Paolo Barecchia can't handle.
Come on, you got it.
After all, this is a boy whose first dozen years would test the strongest of us, and whose dreams are strikingly different from the average kids.
Kids will come home, hi, can I have a football? You know, when am I going to get a football? And, Paolo will be like, hey, when am I going to get an eye?
He's known around town as the boy with the patch, but he says the stares, the questions don't really bother him.
You just say what happened to your eye, and you say I had an operation.
A tumor was discovered behind his right eye when Paolo was just 2 weeks old.
I hit rock bottom. That was like the point where you didn't know what to do.
It was a shock. For me, it was a shock. Like, what are we going to do now?
It came as a double blow because baby Paolo had already been diagnosed with situs inversus just days earlier. That means all of his organs are reversed on the opposite side of his body from where they should be.
This is a way of life for him.
He has to put on this special vest every day, twice a day. It literally shakes his body to keep everything moving. Otherwise, he runs enormous health risks.
If his cilia or mucus just sits there, it turns into pneumonia, turns into bronchitis, it turns into any type of infection that you can imagine.
The inhaler, the meds, the sinus surgeries, his patch, it might devastate a less resilient family.
We always laugh, our whole family, we kind of have a laid-back attitude, which I think it's great for the kids.
But underneath their upbeat demeanor, the Barecchias were constantly aching for their son.
He used to look in the mirror all the time, I remember this, and he used to go, Mommy, boo-boo? And I'm like, yeah, but you're fine.
Given Paolo's other health complications, lengthy plastic surgery for a glass eye would be too dangerous for him.
I'm not going to risk him to look beautiful because he's beautiful to me anyway.
Right.
Then a glimmer of hope.
I'll just put some water in here, mix it up a little bit.
Go see this man, said their doctor, Bob Barron. A former CIA master of disguise, years ago he decided to start applying his abundant talent to people truly in need, transforming faces like these.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to take impressions, Paolo.
What did you think when you heard from Paolo's mother and she described his case to you?
When she sent me the photographs, after I looked at them, I knew that this wasn't going to be an easy task.
But after countless hours in the lab, the painstaking fittings,
There we go.
sculpting, tinting, Paolo's eye comes to life.
I don't know whether to laugh, cry, or I don't know. Because this is what he's wanted.
The best thing about it would be like probably having an eye, like a normal kid.
Paolo's parents have waited until today to see their son's new look, to see, until now, what they've only pictured in their dreams.
And as we just heard, Paolo's parents have been eagerly waiting to see their son for the very first time with the new prosthetic. Marie, Vinny, good to see you. Bob is here, and we've kept your son sequestered in a green room as the transformation took place. So here we go for the very first time. Paolo, how does it look? Let's get a look.
Looks great.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it looks good.
What do you think? What do you think, Mom?
Great.
Paolo, what do you think? What was your reaction when you saw it for the first time?
I thought it was amazed of it, and I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
Is it comfortable? Is it?
It's comfortable, and I like to thank my doctor, Dr. Barron.
It is an amazing transformation. You, Bob, were telling me you took a pass on Hollywood to make a lot of money doing prosthetics there for rewarding moments like this.
It's very gratifying to be able to help someone like Paolo, and it just restores a lot of faith in life, and it's very rewarding for me to be able to do this for people. It's just, the feeling is just tremendous.
Marie, one of the things that struck me in the piece, you said he was beautiful to me regardless. You didn't want to risk it, risk a surgery there as well. But talk about what this will do confidence-wise.
Confidence, it would do wonderful things. I mean, his friends obviously treat him the same. His schools are great. You know, the confidence level would just be so much better. But he has a lot of confidence in him anyway, so, and I do too. I have a lot of confidence in him.
Vinny, your thoughts?
It looks beautiful. You got to thank that to Barron, what they did, because we waited so many years. We waited 12 years. See, we went to Greece. We don't know where we're going to go anymore.
Right.
Then definitely we found that by Barron.
We were back.
Not doctor.
No, not a doctor, but a healer in this particular case. Absolutely. And you're passing your talents along, I know. You're doing work with reconstructing ears and those sorts of things. But to talk about the mechanics of this challenge here, is this the first eye you've done?
No, I've done several.
You've done several.
Eyes, but you know, it's every one is a challenge, and I take just as much time on every piece that I do as I would the more difficult prosthetic devices. But there's a lot of work that goes into this. There's a lot of steps involved. That the final composition is there, you see it, but the work involved is just tremendous work involved.
Is it costly? Yeah. It is.
A little bit.
I imagine. So, Paolo, what will be the first thing you do with friends? You got to show that thing off.
The teachers and the friends, they'll be amazed. They'll probably, when I go up one of my friends, they'll be like, "Where's Paolo?" And I'll be like, "I am Paolo."
I'm right here. Pretty cool. You got a CIA Master of Disguise working for you. Not every kid in class can say that. Well, thank you all very much for sharing this moment with us.
Thanks.